Fine.
Yes, ma'am. Satish sir will go live. Sangopriya, check, ma'am.
Hopefully, no one gets scared of me.
No,
I'm
ma'am.
not sure
We're
because
good.
this is the first time. This is the first time I'm going live on like YouTube. I mean to say. So hopefully, guys, please don't get scared. Okay, that's a heads up from my end.
They are habituated, ma'am. Don't worry.
That's good then. No other go, isn't it, guys? Okay, guys, who are present here, okay, you guys can ping any messages in the chat, okay? So please don't quiet. I don't like anyone keeping quiet. So let's make it as an interactive session. And I didn't prepare anything as such, okay? So whatever you guys want to ask, you can ask me. Can I get a hi from everyone, whoever is connected in the Zoom? I mean, the students. Faculties are always ready, I know.
Today we are also students, ma'am.
Yes. Hi in the chat. Hello, everyone. Maybe I'll also type. Good to see you people. Yes, Geeta, Shalini, Sushil. Nice. Asim, hello. Hey, and there is no ma'am here, okay? So you guys can call me as Veni. I'm Krishna Veni, but then yes, you guys can call me as Veni. That's the thing I prefer. Okay? Okay, good. There are a lot of hi coming in here. See, this is a way to check, like whether you people are active or not. Just kidding. I just wanted to see a hi. Nice.
It's Lakshmi.
Yes, ma'am.
Start.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. I, Lakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of BCom ISM, Guru Nanak College. Wishing you a safe and good evening to one and all. It gives me an immense pleasure to anchor the third day pre-placement training organized by the School of Information Technology, Department of Information System Management. I welcome our beloved principal, Dr. M.G. Raghunathan sir. I welcome our beloved vice principal, Dr. Ashri madam. I welcome Dr. Nirmala Devi, Dean IT. I would like to invite Dr. Anuradha, Assistant Professor. Ma'am, I request you to introduce our chief guest, Ms. Krishna Veni, soft skill trainer.
Good evening to the speaker of the day, Ms. Krishna Veni. She is an organized and enthusiastic soft skill trainer with 13 years of experience. She has handled training assignments across the spectrum of industries from lower level to the managerial level. She has a sound understanding of employees' need, traits for workplace success and a strong ability to train employees in improving those characteristics. Her areas of expertise are more, to name the few. She has a strong knowledge of soft skills influencing the overall functioning of various industries. Excellent evaluative assessment and training skills she possesses. Good interpersonal abilities and understanding of industries and organization psychology principles. Her work experience includes providing assignments to workers and designing training programs to address identified issues, conducting outbound trainings, reviewing and developing an action plans for the trainers, training students in reputed colleges and universities on soft skills, personality development, and other placement activities. Her clients are from corporate and educational institutions, many more. To name the few, Cognizant Technology Solutions, L&T Infotech, Aspire Systems, Polaris Software Labs, Air India, Bank of America, Samsung Industries Electronics Private Limited, PepsiCo, Velachery New Park School, and to name the institutions, educational institutions, namely Vellore Institute of Technology, SRM Universities, RMK Group of Institutions, Agni College of Engineering, Dhanlakshmi Engineering College, RVS Group of Institutions, Park College of Technology, Perry Institute of Technology, or from her educational institution aspect. Madam, it's really proud moment for me to welcome you for this August session on pre-placement training of interview skills. I welcome you on behalf of the college as well as on behalf of our department.
Thank you, ma'am, for the chief guest introduction. Now it's the time for the most awaiting session to enrich our knowledge and the day speaker on interview skills. Over to you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And that was a great introduction. And I didn't expect all this. Anyway, guys, like, don't think so much about me. I'm just a normal person like you. And yes, so even I'm from an arts background, so I can connect with you people very well. Okay, so let's have an interactive session. Done. So before getting into the session, I just would like to know first thing that what is your expectation out of this session? You can type in your chat.
Ma'am,
Yes.
to gain more knowledge about startup and workshops, ma'am.
Startup and workshop. What do you mean by startup?
Ma'am, startup means starting up a venture, ma'am.
Starting up a venture. But this is interview skills. Do you know that, Harishankar?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Done. Okay, I'm not sure how can I contribute for your idea, for a startup in this session. But then yes, let's see how things goes. Okay, so what about others? Guys, if in case you are unable to speak, it's absolutely fine. You can even type it in the chat. I'm following the chat here. Okay, so yes. What's your expectation of this session? Do you guys have any questions?
To gain knowledge about when we attend an interview, we get some tips from you, right?
Okay, fine. So some tips
We'll
to
be
attend
getting some
interview.
tips, yeah.
Okay, fine, good.
Like attitude, manners.
Okay, fine, good. I have no idea about this, but I sure know I get some knowledge. Okay, it's about the session. You mean Uday Kumar? I guess there is a typo. Fine, not an issue. Okay. Anybody else?
Expectations of interviewers.
Expectations of interviewers. Okay, good, beautiful.
How to effectively and efficiently answer the interviewer when he asks any questions to us.
Okay, fine. Okay, so these are the expectations. So it's mostly on the interview aspect, isn't it? Right? Okay, so we will discuss on those areas. So let's start with the basics, right? Okay, fine. So to start with the basics, the way of improve our skill of interview. Okay, fine. So you all guys are from the arts background, right? And you must be passing out in 2021 this year. Have you people already completed your course or you're yet to complete your course?
Yet to complete, ma'am.
Yet to complete. Okay, so when it is getting over?
Uh, 2022.
Next year,
2022.
ma'am.
This month 22.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, junior.
No, ma'am. Next year, ma'am.
2019 batch,
Yeah.
ma'am. They are from 2019
Okay.
batch.
Okay.
And they are having 2018 batch also here.
Okay, combined together. Okay, so some are completing this year and some are completing next year. Okay, fine. So anybody have already attended any interviews before this? Any interview experience?
Ma'am, 23 of our students cracked interview, ma'am. We
That's
usually
great.
have, placement training in our college.
Okay, good.
Training and placements are there in our college. So 23 of them are cracked already.
Okay, nice. Good. Congratulations for those people. And yes, anybody who's here present in the call, have you people attended any interviews before this? One. Okay, not an issue. Okay, so to start with the basics, so what is the basic of thing which we are supposed to prepare before an interview? It's a question, so anybody can answer.
Resume, ma'am.
Resume, yes, exactly. Whether it is a resume or resume, you call it, right? Okay, so that's what we are supposed to prepare. Okay, good. So, sorry? Uday, you said something, I guess. I didn't get you, but. Okay, no issues. Okay, resume. So shall we, like quickly go through the resume content? Dress code. Okay, dress code. Yes, fine. Yes. But let's start with resume, Uday. Is that okay? Or else you want to discuss about dress code first? Can we start with resume? Yeah. So, shall we go through the content of the resume quickly? I know you people must have, like prepared by now. But then, can anyone tell me the content of resume?
Ma'am, basic informations, ma'am. The candidate's name and his education age,
Hmm.
his parents and parents' name,
Okay.
his
And the
work
experience, ma'am.
experience.
Do you
Experience.
mention all your parents' name in resume? Okay, fine.
And
Then,
the experience, ma'am.
okay. So,
And
okay, yeah, go ahead. Experience as in if in case you have worked in some company before, you will mention that. Is that
yes,
so?
ma'am. Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then what is a curriculum vitae is called as?
Correct.
Biodata, ma'am.
Biodata. Is it so? Shall we understand the difference between a biodata, a resume, and a curriculum vitae now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Now I give you free hands. Okay, you can Google the answers. You can search in Google and let me know what is a resume, what is a curriculum vitae, and what is a biodata. Quick, 2 minutes time. I know you have the access to Google, so do it and let me know. Hey guys, is it okay if I turn off my video and speak, or you want me to be on live with video?
No problem, ma'am.
No need, ma'am. You can.
I just wanted to check with the faculties. Faculties, anybody there? Could you please
Yes, ma'am.
confirm?
Yes, ma'am. It's okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, all are there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then I'm turning off my camera. Okay, thank you. I'm more comfortable this way. I couldn't see myself for a longer time. That's the reason. I'm thinking of so all three are same. Uday, is it so? I'm not asking you are thinking. I want you to search in Google and let me know what it is. I gave you people 2 minutes time also. I could have cooked the noodles by now, man. Come on. You people are still searching for answers in Google. Come on, I'm waiting for answers. See, this session, everyone are going to participate and you guys are going to come up with answers. Yes, Nandini, you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, like curriculum vitae is like basically about us and about our academic qualifications and everything. This resume is like curriculum vitae. This resume it includes curriculum vitae like our academic credentials and all the qualifications, as well as it like contains our skills and something we are when we go for an interview we submit our resume, not curriculum vitae. And biodata is like simply our personal profile. It's like about us, name, date of birth, and maritime status, nationality, residence, etc.
Okay, Nandini, thank you for the answer. But did you search for it in Google?
Yes, ma'am.
So is that so?
Yes, ma'am. I searched. I understood this much from that answer.
Okay. Whatever you said is right, but then it is actually the vice versa of resume and curriculum vitae. So usually, resume is something which speaks more about your academic academic, life, right? And like it speaks more about your skills and other achievements related to your academics and extracurriculars and all that stuff. But resume, I mean, curriculum vitae is something which is used by experienced people. So once you gain experience, what you use is called as curriculum vitae. So being a fresher, what you use is called as resume. So try to have this clarity. Get it? Okay. So whatever you said is right, but then it is the exact opposite. Okay. So no issues. Yes. Being a fresher, of course, let's bother only about like resume. Let's not think about curriculum vitae as of now, as we are not experienced. So curriculum vitae is completely for people who are experienced. So let's keep it aside. Now, being a fresher, of course, what you are supposed to prepare is a resume. So let's discuss about it. So as you guys said, whatever you people mentioned are right. Your personal details, not much, maybe what's your date of birth, what's your father's name, and which nationality you belong to, and your data. That's it. I already mentioned date of birth, isn't it? Okay, and more of your academic profile. So it includes your school, college, your percentage, and what's your achievements. What are your extracurriculars, your co-curriculars, okay, and your internships. Mention about your projects, right? And ensure it's not exceeding more than 200 pages, because that's more than enough for a fresher. Okay, so just stick to maximum of 2.5 pages. That's enough. Okay, and mention all the details whichever is relevant to you. Do not mention anything which is not yours, because usually what happens in an interview is, just to even check your knowledge, they may even ask you something out of your resume. So usually what happens, what we do, we cut copy paste, isn't it? Right? Right or not? Even I have done that, guys. So chill. Okay, nothing wrong in it. But only thing is, wherever you copy from, ensure that those details belongs to you. Okay, do some kind of editing. Okay, so don't blindly cut copy paste. That's not actually good. Okay, so copying is very much fine, but then editing it according to our knowledge, our skill sets is very much important. And after preparing the resume, putting in all the information together, ensure you go through it. Okay, you should know what you have mentioned. I actually started my career as a HR. Okay, after that only I moved to training, since I was very much passionate about training. So I just moved to being a trainer. But being a HR, of course, trust me, I have even sometimes asked questions like, explain your objective. So objective is something which would be there in the resume, isn't it? Right? So just to check how well people have prepared, or how much interested they are in their own profile. I used to ask questions like that. Okay, so you should know. I said copying is absolutely fine. That's nothing wrong, because everyone does the same thing, isn't it? No one is going to sit and literally think and write everything, word by word, line by line. So it's not possible, also, right? So copying is fine, but then you should know how to edit it according to your skill sets and your knowledge and your experiences, what you have got. That is one thing. And also, editing is very much required when you apply for a position. So whenever you are applying for a position, okay, what job role it is, you have to edit your resume according to that also. So in case, okay, maybe since I'm handling mostly this IT companies, maybe I'll just give an example. Basic developer. Just imagine that a person is applying for a developer position. Okay, maybe they want a skill set of Java. Done. So try to mention that as many times as possible in your resume, and try to highlight it, so that people will have an idea that they will get an idea that okay, this person is into this particular skill set, and they do have better knowledge on these areas. Okay, so editing your profile according to the job position which you are applying is also equally important, because you cannot send the same type of standard resume to all the companies and all the job roles. Okay, so accordingly you have to edit. Okay, so be very careful, and whenever you do some editing, please be sure that you know what you have done. Got it? So prepare accordingly, and then you go for the interview. Okay, so this is something very basic, so keep it in mind. The next thing, so what is the next thing? So resume is done. What is next? What we are supposed to prepare? So dress code, yes, of course, dress code is something I don't think I have to literally talk about dress code these days, because mostly everyone knows how to dress up, isn't it? All the guys are dressing up good. I know that for sure. So you people set the trend, and you people know how to dress professionally too, isn't it? So, but one thing, like ensure you guys are not going in any bright colors. That also you people would have heard by now. So don't use any flashy colors or like bright colors or something which is very attractive, flashy, like glittering, all that thing. Rest is all good, and you guys know, right? Like wear light colors and less jewelry, not too much of accessories, right? So that's all. So now like dress code, I don't have to really speak about it because people know. What else we are supposed to prepare before interview? So resume is done, dress code is done. What else? What's very much important? Any answers? Attitude and behavior, exactly. That is very much correct, Geeta. Yes, Basim, you want to say something?
No, ma'am. I thought mindset is very important before an interview.
Yes,
You
that is
just have to
true.
stay calm and
Positive mindset.
composed.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Staying calm, composed, confident, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, Akshaya had mentioned confidence. First appearance. Okay, so first appearance. So how we can make that first appearance, Nandini? Any idea?
Ma'am, like neat dress code and greeting them in a proper way.
Yeah, carrying ourselves, isn't it? Right? Okay, preparing our mind without any fear. Okay.
With the
Okay,
courage and confidence, ma'am.
courage and confidence, Harishankar. Good. Avoid mobile phones. Posture is also important. Yes, correct. See, you guys know everything. Then why we are having this session, right? I have a bunch of smart people with me. Good to know. Nice. Okay. Before all these things, these are all like personal preparations, isn't it? So having a right attitude, behavior, confidence, of course, that is all very much important. You guys have to stick to, and I know you guys will do it for sure. But then apart from that, like from an interview aspect, what are the other things? So I said you have to do a little bit of editing according to the position what you're applying for. I meant for that resume, isn't it? Likewise, isn't it important to know about the job role as well as the company profile? Yes, no,
Yes, ma'am.
yes. So we have to prepare that first, isn't it? Right? Yes. So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. So knowing about the job role. So how we can actually get to know about it?
Ma'am, research on the company about the company and on the job we are going
Company
to go
is
through.
fine. I'm asking. Let's go one by one, Nandini. Yes. First, we'll discuss about the job role. So I said, like how you can do it. So usually, any like a recruiter, they will have this job description mentioned. Okay. So any profile you apply for, even if you guys have tried your like chances in Naukri, right? Any website for that matter, career websites like Times Jobs, Naukri. If you apply for a position, if you see those like postings, okay, job postings, they will have the job description mentioned. Okay, so please go through it. Done any profile, any like a position you are applying for, please go through that position and try to understand whether that position is like apt for you or not. Done. And if it is an apt suitable position, then yeah, through LinkedIn is also fine. Exactly, Lokeshwari. uh, but yes, I'll come to that. Yes, so try to like do a little bit of research about that particular position. Okay, in that case this LinkedIn also will help you, because when you type like certain roles, there will be people who already work in certain positions, I mean that kind of positions, isn't it? So if you search their profile, you will come to know what skill sets they have, and like what skill sets they have like already done in their previous jobs and all that stuff, right? Okay, so like do a little bit of research, understand the position correctly, then prepare accordingly. So don't waste your time, or don't keep thinking like what kind of questions will come in. Everything is available on the internet these days, isn't it? So everything is handy. It's just like a click away, as we say, right? So, like do a little bit of research about the job role, then understand it completely, then prepare. Okay, don't waste your time. Fine. The second thing is about the company, the same thing. So about the company. So now when we talk about the company, so what are we supposed to research about? So every company have got a website today. Okay, so you are just imagine that you are getting into one company profile or website. So what do you research about? What do you like to know about?
What kind of a company it is, we just have to research on what it is based on, ma'am.
Exactly, super. So the product services, what they are into, what is their actual business, we can say,
Yes, yes.
isn't it? Right. So what they are actually into. So what's their main business? Okay, so try to do a research about it. Even if it is an IT company, there will be like a lot of ITs. They would have mentioned only like products, services, but what kind of products? What kind of services? Try to gain knowledge about it. Okay, fine, good. So knowing their actual business is important. Fine. What else? What else we can learn about the company?
What are the benefits
Sorry?
if I work in that company? What are the benefits if I work in that company?
How come you can say that? What are the benefits you will get? Knowing about the company is important, right? So that is the first thing. So what else? So business, actual business is very much important. What are the other things? No answer. Knowing about the firm's objectives and stuff. Okay, that's what I wanted to say. So let's not get into this mission, objective stuff. Okay, that's actually not needed. So if you really want to know about the company, then know about the actual business. Try to know what position they play or what is the role of them, how well they are doing in the market. Okay, so what's their market? Place, right? Okay, try to understand that, and also try to know their customers and their clients, isn't it? See, like any company for that matter, they do have their own clients and they will have their customers too, right? Okay, so try to know like source about that. So just try to take few names at least, a client or the customers names. Done. So that will also give you an actual idea of like what they are into and what kind of business and what position they hold in the market and all that, right? Okay, so these are important. Okay, and in case if it is technology oriented, then what technology they are into, so what their mainly focuses on. And if it is a product oriented company, then what like a product it is. Try to know about the product features. Okay, so have like a little bit of knowledge on all this. Okay, and services too. So what kind of services they do, right? So like front end, back end. So a lot of services are there, isn't it, right? So try to like know about those things rather than the mission vision. That no one is going to ask you that, guys. Okay, all they want to know is how well you know about the company and also the locations where and all it is located. Whether it is a local Indian company, a national company, or it's an international company. Even if it is like where is their headquarters? Okay, where are the locations, other locations? So try to understand all these things. Okay, so these are very much important. So to, like sum up company's actual business, try to know their clients and customers, what they are actually, whatever the product service or like support they are doing, get into those features. Okay, and the last is know about the location, headquarters, and others, like related to information related to that. Okay, so these are very much important, and this will give you an idea of what kind of company you are applying for and what will be their expectations. Okay, and what is their marketplace too. Having a rough idea about their shares and all that stuff is no harm, isn't it, right? Okay, so now let's try to know about these things. So this is what we are supposed to prepare and be ready with. Okay, and knowing these information will also help you in certain aspects. I mean, knowing the job role as well as the knowing the company's information will help you people to like ask questions also. Okay, during the interview. So usually, like in the end of the interview, people will like give you an opportunity to ask something, isn't it? For sure, there will be like a question like, would you like to ask us anything? There will be a question from the interview. Okay, I mean in the interview. Sorry. So you can like when you know these things better, you can like ask some question related to the company or related to your job role, whatever you are applying for, right? So instead of just blindly saying no, I don't have anything, and trying to escape from the interview, don't have such kind of attitude. But knowing these information will help you to ask that last question. Okay, at least try to come up with one or two questions. Done. So these information will help you in the last. Done. So this is about the preparation before the interviews, right? Okay. So now, shall we move on to like the types of interviews? So what are the types of interviews are there? Any idea?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. That's a straight answer. No issues.
Online interview and straightforward one, ma'am.
Okay,
Because of
in
the
person,
situation.
in person. Okay, you mean to say in person interviews and
Uh,
online
in, in,
interviews?
per- in
Group
person.
discussion, in-person interview.
Nandini, sorry, Nandini, your voice is too low.
Group discussion,
Yes, group discussion. Okay, fine, done.
in-person interview, like
In
personal
person,
interview.
yes. One-on-one interviews. Okay.
Then based on some aptitude or logical thinking, the
Yes,
types of
written
examination,
examinations
written
will be there.
examination.
Exactly. Technical round, yes, Geeta Lakshmi, correct. So technical round will be there. So it depends on the position again we are applying, like it will differ. Okay. But then the possible rounds of interviews are group discussion is possible, technical round is possible. Some companies will have this aptitude and logical reasoning, those kind of written examinations. Okay. And then there will be a HR interview. Okay, so these are the possible interviews which we can have. Yeah. So let's start with like a written examination. Of course, you guys would have like got trained on, and you know how to like do that. So let's discuss about this group discussion. So any idea how does a group discussion happens? For sure, you people would have known. I know all smart people are here. I'm happy about it. So group discussion. So what happens?
Ma'am, it can be that they give a topic and they'll tell us to interact among ourselves.
Exactly. Okay. So what kind of topic it will be usually?
To test our communication skills, they can give general topics or else topics related to our subject.
Yeah, any topic it will be, yes. But mostly like something which is happening currently. Okay, so get updated with your things, like maybe even they may just ask you to like speak on impact of COVID. Now like this COVID thing is going on since the pandemic's there, but they may like ask you people to like talk about it. So what's happening currently? Okay, or else they may even ask you to like talk about the vaccination, the elections which is happening. Okay, Mr. Tarun Kumar is going somewhere, I guess. Tarun, busy roaming around in the pandemic. Please don't do it, dear. Okay, fine. So yes, coming back to the session. Yeah. So like try to like update yourself with the current happenings. Okay. So mostly like people will give you a topic right from that. Okay. So that is one thing. So yes, when it comes to group discussion, so how a group discussion happens? Any idea? Of course, like as rightly said by Nandini, it is for like checking your communication skills and how well you are articulating, right? And how well you can come up with your points using your presence of mind, right? Your attitude. So many parameters will be like checked when you speak. So like, but how it will be conducted? Any idea? Respecting each other's opinion.
Are we? They'll be checking that are we a team working person or not?
Yes, Padmaja, good. Yes. But my my question is, darling, my question is different. I asked how they will conduct it.
Ma'am, mostly it will be conducted in a closed room and all the participants or all the who is coming for the interview will be seated and they'll just tell us some topic and they'll tell to interact and then the group wise they'll interact or they will just split some members into groups.
Okay, fine, good. Yes. So usually what happens is they will announce the topic, okay, and they will for sure give 5-10 minutes for you people to think about the topic. Okay. And usually, okay, before getting into this, I just wanted to get a clarity also. What is meant by group discussion and what is meant by debate? Is there a difference or else both are same? Guys, you have Google. See, in my session, I always give the free hands. You guys can, just ask Mr. Google anything. Ask Mr. Google Ji and let me know. Debate is defending and taking a stand in their point. Okay, Akshaya, super, nice. Group discussion.
Now, in group discussion, they discuss among each other about the topic. Whether it's not like they have to talk about only as far, and the other person have to talk against the topic. They can talk anything among each other. But debate is like we oppose some point, like which the other person is saying.
Super, Nandini. Thank you so much for the answer. Yes, so there is a difference between group discussion and debate. So we have to be very clear about it, right? So group discussion is you can throw in any point. Okay, so whether it's supports or you talk against it, or else you are being neutral about the topic, anything is accepted, right? You are just going to share your opinion related to the topic. That is group discussion. Debate is, as rightly said, you will be, taking one stand. Either you support or you oppose, right? So so it's like defending, right? So you take a stand and you speak for that particular point. Okay, so now group discussion is, as said, it is not defending. So please never ever argue with anyone. Okay, so that is the first thing I wanted to say. So let me tell you the process how it happens. So of course, as you said, they will give you a topic in first place and give you, 5 to 10 minutes time to think about it. Mostly, in person, it will be, like a round table conference kind. But then, since it is now everything is online, I don't think it will happen. So yes, maybe you will given time to think, and after 10 minutes, they will say start. Okay. So once they say start, anybody can initiate the conversation. And to be frank, whoever is going to initiate your conversation will get extra points. Okay. So please keep this in mind. So within that 5 to 10 minutes, try to prepare yourself and try to start or initiate the conversation. Okay. So those people always get extra marks. Okay. And yes, and it's not necessary that you have to put in all your inputs or all your points at one stretch. Maybe you can open the conversation and you can speak a couple of points, and then you can give the opportunity for others to speak. So as someone was rightly said, they see that whether do you have a team playing skills, are you a team player? So giving opportunities for others, making others to speak, okay, and listening to others when they are speaking, but do not interrupting. These all shows that quality, right? Okay, so ensure you people stick to these things. Okay, so the discussion goes on, and yes, people will put in their inputs. And I said maybe after 2 3 people again you can share your point. Okay, and even you can uh, make help others to speak if in case you are finding someone who's unable to speak, okay, but they are trying to speak, then okay, you can help those people. Maybe you can tell the group that if you are a very good communicator, you can tell the group that so I guess one of our friend is interested in speaking, so let's give an opportunity to that person. Okay, so these kind of qualities shows you are a team player as well as you are a leader, because you are creating opportunity for others, right? So even these kind of aspects will give you will help you to get extra marks. Okay, so we will give extra marks for these kind of attitude and behaviors too. So these are things you can do. Okay, and and also after the discussion, maybe they may ask people to summarize. Okay, so what is summarizing?
Concluding with important points.
Conclusion or summarizing? Conclusion is different, summarizing is different. There are three terms: paraphrasing, summarizing, conclusion. Let's understand all the three. Again, there is no need for me to tell. Ask Mr. Google and let me know what is meant by paraphrasing, what is meant by summarizing, and what is meant by conclusion. Two minutes time. I want know the differences between all these three.
Um,
Yes, Nandini.
Paraphrasing is like explaining the same thing which is already repeated in other words, like using some other words or using simple words, explaining the same statement again.
Okay.
Summarizing is making the whole content into smaller, just like it's like just making into a smaller para or point and just telling the same content in very shorter version. And
Okay.
conclusion is like after speaking the whole thing, what is the last thing like we want to convey through that paragraph, like what we want to say through that paragraph, that is conclusion.
Yeah, concluding is, isn't it like coming to a conclusion, that is making a judgment or making a final judgment or something? Isn't it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this is the difference. So now you guys have to understand all these three. Okay. So conclusion and summarizing are not the same. Okay. So paraphrasing and summarizing are not the same. Geeta Lakshmi, thank you for the answer. Yes. And also Logeshwari. Yes. Okay. So I read your messages. So what we do here in group discussion is summarizing. We won't paraphrase or we won't conclude. Okay, so it's not conclusion, it's not paraphrasing, it is summarizing. So summarizing is completely different. As I said, putting across all the key points. Okay, so whatever the important discussions we did during the discussion, we will summarize it. Okay, maybe the entire conversation can be converted into 4 to 5 main points. Okay, so pick up the important key points which we discussed and summarize it. Got it? So that is summarizing. Okay, so we will do only summarizing in the group discussion, and whoever summarizes, of course, they will get extra points, because summarizing needs an active listening skill, right or not? You cannot just like that summarize. If you are going, if you have to be, like active, right from the start till the end of the discussion, you have to be active and you have to remember all the points which are being discussed. Then only you can summarize it, right or not? Okay, if not, then you cannot do it. So like in case, if in case you miss the opportunity to initiate the conversation and you want to score that extra points, then you obviously have an opportunity to summarize the discussion, right? So if in case the like a board member or the panel member is like asking someone to summarize, then take up that opportunity. Okay, utilize it, try to summarize it, but for that you have to be very active right from the start till the end. Yeah? So this is very much important. So try to like show these kind of like participation whenever it's possible during the discussion. So it's not only like discussing, just because like a group discussion, it doesn't mean that you have to just speak like whatever is being given to you. You can take up opportunities like this. As I said, like try to prove that you are a team player, try to prove that you are a leader, try to prove that you are a good communicator, so you want to initiate the conversation. You are not fearful of talking before a like unknown people or random stranger. Okay, and try to prove that like you have good listening skills, and so that you are able to summarize, right? So all these like aspects will gain you extra points. Done. So try to do this in the group discussion. Okay, so keep this in mind. And if in case you people have problem talking, then I would suggest like try to practice right from now. Okay, take up any topic. Fine. So any topic you can take and try to like see, because one more thing is, discussing is fine, communication is fine, but then the quality of the point is also very much important, isn't it? We cannot, like, since because we have to speak, we cannot speak, like anything, whatever comes to our mind. We cannot literally blabber there, right? You have to speak relatively to the topic, and it should make sense. And yes, the point should be valid enough, right? Okay, so try to speak something valid. So that's why I'm saying try to like see what's happening around in the current things, like a national level, international level. Try to gain some knowledge, have some knowledge about all the aspects which is happening around us. Okay, and you can even prepare. I said, like maybe I would suggest, since you people are all still in college, and obviously even if you're not in college, you last year pass out, that's absolutely fine. But you do have your friends, isn't it? So you people can like share the information, whatever you guys are like going through, right? So like try to share it, try to discuss about it. That way it will be easy for you people to gain more knowledge, isn't it? And maybe you guys can like speak to each other and correct each other, right? Do a practice session, fine. So then like these all things will help you people to face the discussions, interviews, even more better and with a lot of confidence, right? So without any practice, without any knowledge, going and sitting and thinking what to do, it's better to pick up pick a friend who's also equally interested and practice with them, fine. So practicing along with the peers is the best thing to do, isn't it, right? So we do have a concept called as peer learning, actually. So peer learning is one of the successful, like learning types, wherein like all the peers comes up with their own information and they share. We learn a lot, actually. Okay, so try to do this. Done. So pick up some topic, discuss with your any information for that matter. Whatever you get to know, try to share it with your friend. So make it as a practice. This will help you people to prepare better for the group discussions. Okay, and also maybe okay. I'm just giving you a scenario. Say for example, you are in the group discussion, and you guys you have no idea about the topic at all. Okay, you didn't prepare or you didn't have any idea at all how to handle it, but you have to speak, isn't it? What to do?
We can seek the teammates help.
Teammates help. Okay, how we can do it wasn't.
Can we just directly ask them?
But don't you think the interviewer will like will not accept it?
Um,
collecting something from those points and just again revising it and telling us some new points, or else we can talk something general related to the topic. If you are also like something generally, it's not related to the topic also, we can speak something in general, so somewhat which the interview may think this is okay, this is something useful, like that we
Yeah.
can
So supporting someone's point will help you people, isn't it? So in case if you do not have any idea at all, okay, you do not have. I mean, but when people start talking, of course, you will try to gain some information about that topic, isn't it? So at least like before wrapping up the session, try to support someone's point. Try to bring up something, okay, which people had already spoken, and try to add some justification or your point of view to that particular thing. Okay, so that will help you, right? So that is one thing, and also you very well have the opportunity to summarize, isn't it? So in case of no idea at all, at least try to summarize the discussion. That is also a best way to do it. Okay, but usually what happens is like whenever I have conducted group discussions, I always give people like time. And I mean, obviously we will be observing, isn't it? So what I do is like I always give time for people who have not spoken. Okay, maybe the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes for the people who have not participated at all. So they may try to speak something, right? Okay, but then the scores won't be that great, but yes, at least we will create an opportunity for those people to like speak something, and just at least we will come to know how good they are in their communication. Okay, so try to make up something like this, but don't make it up in such a way that like it is abruptly felt by the like interviewers, but try to like handle it smartly, wherein you cannot express that like you do not literally know about the topic, but then you have to manage it. Okay, so that kind of smartness you should have. Yeah. Okay, so here is a question for me from Logeshwari. Fortunately, in a group discussion, all are performing well, and there is no point of rejecting someone. In such a case, what will be your solution? For sure, we will select everyone, Lokeshwari, not to worry. But then we will, decide on the further rounds. So group discussion is the basic round, isn't it? So see, and mostly group discussions are done to reduce the number of people. Say for example, I have a position. Okay, maybe I have only two, positions left, but then I have 50 people. Okay, applied for the same position, and by going through their resume, I feel all the 50 are most suitable. But then I have to reduce the numbers because personally conducting interview for all the 50 is tiring, isn't it? Literally, I cannot spend so much of time, you know, uh, doing it. So that's why we conduct group discussion to reduce the numbers, and we will try to reduce the numbers by half. Okay, trust me. Okay, but then yes, in case if everyone are performing, then no other go. We have to do a personal. I mean, the next level of interviews, the next round of interviews will decide who will be the apt person for that position. Got it? So it will be decided in the next. Yes. So, but I don't think everyone will do good. I have never faced such thing. But then it will be great actually if everyone can qualify. That is also there. But yes, at least one or two dropouts will be there from each discussion. So that is one way, guys. To be frank, to reduce the number of candidates. One tool which we use is the group discussion. So half of the crowd will be done in the group discussion itself. Okay. Anyway, okay. So we were discussing about group discussion. Okay. Any other questions, guys, related to group discussion? Or so far, whatever we discussed. Let's have a quick question and answer session.
Yes, students, if you have any doubt, ask ma'am.
Got clear, Uday? See, there won't be any doubts in two reasons, two scenarios. We all know that, isn't it? Either you are completely clear or else you didn't understand anything at all. So which category you belong to? Category A or category B? This question is to all. Category A, we understood everything. Category B, we didn't understand anything at all. You guys can give in your answers, A or B.
Students kindly respond to ma. Kindly
A.
respond.
Category A, ma'am.
Should I believe this? See, today is June 16th. On June 16th evening, 6 o'clock, you are not supposed to lie. Do you know that? Okay. If it is A, I'm really happy. If it is B, no other go. I cannot help it. Maybe I should repeat. That's it. Okay. Category A, nice. Good, good. Okay. So, are we clear with the, this resume preparation? What content it should have, and what we are supposed to also the group discussion topic, right? So we'll move on next.
Yes, ma'am.
So how many
Sure,
of you are looking for a tea break now?
No breaks, ma'am. Let's continue.
No breaks. But just wait, kids. You people are going to be in the call for throughout 2 hours, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Or tell me the truth. You are having your snacks and tea.
No, no, ma'am. No.
Since all the video is off, who is going to see? Isn't it right? Okay. Anyway, even if you are enjoying your tea, not on the show, but take a sip for me too. Okay. I missed my tea today. Okay, fine. Anyway, coming back. Okay, so group discussion is done. So other rounds we were discussing aptitude, that is done. That you guys know how to do it. And the next is technical round. So technical round, even there are two chances. Either a technical round will happen separately and a HR round will happen separately, or else there are chances both technical as well as the HR may happen together. Okay, so it depends on depends on the number of people applied for and the candidates we have at the time what we have got. It will be decided. So technical round, of course, whatever the position, as I already said, whatever the position you are applying for, please ensure you get prepared related to it. Okay, and being a fresher, they won't ask you people to excel 100% in everything. Maximum 60 to 70 percentage of what you have to do. If you have that kind of knowledge, that's more than enough. Okay, so don't stress yourself so much, because even we know you are freshers, right? So, or we also won't, like set our expectations too high. Got it? So be relaxed, okay? So one thing I would always say, guys, don't take too much tension. Okay? Don't think too much that, like what if they ask this, ask that and all. Only thing is, if you are prepared, you will be confident enough. Okay? And what to prepare also I have told you. So just go through the job description, try to understand what job profile it is, prepare accordingly, then you can like very well answer the questions. Fine. Most of the time what happens is people won't do this. That is the reason they may fail in the interviews. Okay. So without understanding the profile, without knowing what they are supposed to prepare, they will be like preparing something which is not necessary. Okay, or else they may like what to say, they might not have an idea at all, like what is happening and all. So only in those cases people fail. Okay, but in case if you are going to spend some time and prepare, I'm pretty sure that you guys can easily crack the interview. Okay, and when you are completely prepared, of course, there is no need to be fearful, doubtful, and obviously your confidence will be also good, isn't it? Okay, so that's the thing. So technical round, yes. So prepare according to the job description. And when it comes to HR round, yes. Shall we discuss about HR round? So since I am also from that background, I would like to like give an view. First thing, as I said, try to understand, what is there in your resume. Whatever the editing, copying, pasting, as I said, whatever you are doing, but no, okay, what is there in your resume. Without that, it's not going to work out. Okay, there are high chances. Not all the people will ask, and not all the time people will ask something from the resume, but then there are chances. So it's always good to be prepared for it, isn't it? So from the first line to the last line in your resume, know about it completely. What you have written and what you mean by that. Okay, fine. So know about your resume. That is one thing. So other HR questions. Okay, so generally, like what HR question they will ask. First things first, what they will ask. You all know what it is.
Tell about yourself.
Say
Exactly.
about yourself.
Yes, self-introduction. I said it. So now I'm asking you people. Anybody can introduce yourself. I mean, not literally. You have to introduce. Maybe you can tell me the content. What and all you can include.
Our name, our background, like what we studied,
Hmm.
and what why do we apply for it, what are we interested on, hobbies like that.
Okay, fine. Any other? Good, Padmaja.
What we are good in, we can mention that too.
Okay. What we are good in? In what terms?
In
I'm good
terms
in
of
sleeping,
the,
Wasim. Okay.
in terms of job perspective,
Okay. In terms of skills, you are saying.
yes, skills,
I got
ma'am.
it. I got it. Just pulling your leg. Okay. When strength and weaknesses. Okay. Should we really speak about our weaknesses, guys?
No, ma'am. Strictly
We are
no.
supposed to.
Ask
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
questions.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Why there are so many people ready to admit your shortcomings? Come on, tell me. I'm not good
We
at this.
are supposed to say it, ma'am. Actually,
Sorry?
we are supposed to say it. It can be a scoring point. Can be a
Is it
score.
so? Is it
Yes,
so?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You really think so?
Not like 100%, but yeah, I think so.
Ma'am, until they ask about our weaknesses, we don't need to open our mouth about that.
Exactly. So this is the second thing I just wanted to say, guys. Like after knowing a resume, whenever you're presenting yourself in any interview for that matter, try to speak about the positives. I mean, try to take all the positives. Okay, until and unless something is asked about your shortcomings or weaknesses, don't discuss about it. And this applies to even your questions too. So I'll just tell you, like how to handle the questions. In case some question has been asked to you, okay, you do not know the answer. Uh, there is nothing wrong in admitting that, like I do not know the answer, but then just don't stop with that. try to end that answer in a positive note. Okay, so try to say that, maybe I do not have knowledge about it, but then for sure I will go through it. Okay, for sure I will gain the knowledge if in case the, a work demands. Okay, so that's it. Like any negativity may happen, any kind of negative question may come in, but then ending it on a positive note is very much important. That shows how positive we are. So try to take your interview on a positive note at all the times, even if there is a question which is something related to our shortcomings, negativity, or something which we do not know, anything for that matter. Try to end it on a positive note. Okay, so the same thing for the weaknesses too. There is no need to reveal what are your weaknesses by yourself. There is no need. So talk about all the good things about you, isn't it? An impactful introduction is always necessary, and that will create a better impression about yourself with the interviewer, right? So as you people said, an impactful introduction includes all this. So you can speak, introduce yourself, okay, with your name, the location where you're coming from, and move on to your qualification, whatever is your highest qualification, speak about it, and also which college you have completed, okay. And if you really have a good score, which you are proud about, then reveal the percentage, isn't it? If you are not so happy about your percentage, then don't say that. Okay, no need to say that because it will be the result. They will come to know about it. Okay, but then yes, if you have a percentage which you really feel good, happy, proud, and you can raise your collars for that, then of course go ahead and reveal it. Okay, so yes, so that is absolutely optional. But yes, what's your degree, highest qualification, and the institution? That's very much important. Okay, so introduce, speak about it, and then next move on to your internships if in case you have done anything or else project. Okay, so all those are optionals. Internship, whatever you have got, you can speak about it. Okay, so internships, projects. Okay, if you have completed any of these things, you can speak about that. Then move on to your areas of interest. Okay, so what is your passion? So you can speak about the passion, and please speak which is related to the job again. Don't speak that which is not at all related to it, right? Okay, so speak about your passion as, or else if in case you are not comfortable, you can skip it. Optional again. Okay, but then if you really interested in the profile which you have applied for, then speak about that as your passion. Okay, then move on to your other skills. Okay, skills or your strengths. Okay, I just wanted to understand one more thing. When we talk about the skills, friends, um, what are skills and what are qualities?
Ma'am, skills are something which we master. Quality is like it naturally comes to us, right, ma'am?
Okay, fine, that's good. Okay, skills are something which we can develop, right?
Yes,
Anybody can
yes, ma'am.
develop. Yes, and qualities are something which are inborn. Okay, so I'll ask you people something, a few things. Okay, maybe you can tell me whether it is a skill or a quality. Okay, to start with basic communication, skill or quality.
It's a skill, ma'am.
Quality.
Who is that quality? Communication is a
It's
skill.
both, ma'am. If we
It's a
know
skill,
that
ma'am.
skill can be adapted. Sometimes it can be but no, ma'am. Without communication, we can't do anything, no, ma'am. How can it be
Ma'am, we can say it as a
both
neutral thing, ma'am.
neutral?
Yes, both.
It is not neutral. It is a skill.
Some have natural communication skills, ma'am, but some have to practice it.
Okay, what is communication? Okay, now now the topic is getting deviated, but then okay, I don't want to deviate too much. Fine. So communication is a skill, yes. Okay, so it is a skill. Anybody can do it. Done. Okay, quality is connected with their character. Exactly. Lokeshwari is right. That is something inborn. You people would have heard as personality traits, right? Yes. So those are qualities. Okay, so maybe the next is so communication is a skill. Don't get confused. Okay. The second is adaptability, skill or quality.
It's a quality, ma'am. Adaptive.
Yes, it is a quality.
Yes, ma'am. Quality, ma'am.
Exactly. So now it is a quality. Okay, fine. Leadership, skill or quality.
It's a quality, ma'am.
Skill.
I think so. It's
Skill,
quality,
ma'am.
ma'am.
It is a skill. Again, leadership is a skill. Anybody can develop it. Okay. So if you have seen, like lot of leadership programs, training programs are happening. For what purpose? So it is a skill to develop, isn't it?
Skill
Right?
development. Yes.
Yes, exactly. So it comes under skill. Okay. Patience, quality or skill?
Quality.
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 Okay, fine. Team player, quality or skill?
Quality, ma'am. Again,
Is it so?
there's no such skill to include the team thing.
Who said? I can say, isn't it? Team playing is also a skill. Being a team player, see, because I have conducted, like lot of trainings for that. So it is a skill again. See, some people may not mingle with the, like others that easily, but then it is a skill which is very much required. You just imagine, can you say that you are not a team player and be in a company for a longer time? No, right? So what we are supposed to do, we have to develop that. So when we can develop that, then of course it is a skill.
Skill.
Exactly. Simple. Got it? So be clear with this. So I would suggest, like when you do the self-introduction thing, we were discussing about this with the self-introduction, right? So don't get confused with the quality, skills and all that stuff. Instead, put everything together as strength and speak about it. Because if in case you are going to segregate these things, right? Your skills and other strengths or, like other qualities and all, then there are high chances you may get confused like this. Okay, so instead put it across as strengths. So as I was saying, like you can speak about your passion, your area of interest, or else you can, like move on to your skills, right? So skills or, like technical skills, yes, that is completely different. You can speak about the technical skills. And in case of you have any certifications or something, you can speak about that also. Okay. And then move on to your strengths. Okay. So speak about your strengths. So when you speak about strengths, you can put everything together. Your skills, your quality, everything together. Okay, so like you can say, I'm a good communicator, I'm very much adaptive, I am a good team player, I have got leadership qualities. Okay, so like all these things you can speak. Done. Okay, so strengths. So then move on to your hobbies. So in case if you have any good hobbies, you can speak about it. Don't say that, like I love to watch TV, sleep, and all that stuff, please. Okay, let's refrain from all that. So like any good hobbies. I know, like people are doing so many things these days, but don't say again, like meme creator, YouTuber, and all that stuff. YouTuber is fine, but then with some good content is accepted, right? So like all these 2K kids are, like coming up with these things. Okay. Yes. So any good hobbies you have got, you can speak about it. And then yes, about your family, not too much of details. Maybe you can say what's your father, your mother, and how many siblings you have got. That's all. Just stop it with that. Okay. No need to reveal too much of information about your family. Don't say what's your father's name, mother's name, how many siblings you have got, all their names and what they are doing and all. It's not necessary. Done. Okay, so try to like come up with as many like information as possible in the introduction itself about you. Okay, so that will like give a clear picture of who you are, right? Okay, so these are the things you can introduce in the like do it in the self introduction. Okay, fine. So what is the next possible questions you people have heard about in HR interviews?
What made you choose our company?
Sorry.
What made you choose our company? Like, why did you come to this company?
Yeah. So what made you choose our company? So yes, what will be the answer? What will be the answer?
We should know about that organization. We should research on that, and the
Exactly.
quality which we liked from that, we can see.
Exactly. So the research what we did before, yes, that will help you people to give answer for this question. Okay. So maybe you can say, yes, this is the kind of company I was looking for because this is the product I was, I'm interested in, or these kind of services I'm interested in. Okay. So you can speak about that. So I'm very much interested in development, or I'm very much interested in product manufacturing. And maybe if it is an automobile company, you can speak that, like, yes, I'm into automobiles. I love automobiles. So I would like to like try my hand with any company related to it. Okay, so what about? So now like try to like pick up the information. I said, like whatever the research what you did previously, try to connect with that research and tell, like this is the reason I chose. And I'm interested in this job role too. I would like to like start my career as so and so. Right? Okay. So yes, these things like you can do. Okay, fine. Any other questions that people have asked? They asked directly, what is your weaknesses? If in case they are asking about it, Logeshwari, of course you can say that. Okay, but then I said you have to end it on a positive note. Okay, so that's a question, good question, Logeshwari. So you can just say that, like maybe even you can say I procrastinate. Okay, I'm a procrastinator, or else like I'm short-tempered. Anything you can speak, but then try to end it on a positive note, saying that I'm like trying to work on those areas, but right. So if you ask me, like just say for example, I may say that like I'm a procrastinator. Okay, so I am a procrastinator, like but then I'm working on it. I'm trying to overcome it. Okay, so that is the way to end it. As I said, end it on a positive note. Okay, yes, good. So any other questions? Okay, any other questions you people have, like heard about?
They always ask like, why should we hire you? In
Yeah,
every
exactly. Why should we hire you? Tell me now.
yeah, that baffles me, ma'am.
Why should I hire you? Tell me.
Uh,
So what is the unique thing about Wasim?
uh, ma'am, I'm very weak in academics, ma'am.
Unique thing is you are weak in academics, huh? Come on.
I play cricket, ma'am.
Wasim, still
I'm
we
good at
have
sports,
4 more hours to sleep. You are already sleeping, I guess.
No, ma'am.
Just kidding. Okay. So try to take up your unique point. Okay. What is the USP, unique selling point? Everyone will have that USP, isn't it? Right? If you take a product, even a product has got its own USP. So try to find what is your unique quality. So like that skill or quality will like will be your USP. Okay. Done?
Done, ma'am.
Yes. So if you ask me, say for example, if you ask me, like I'm being a trainer. Okay. So if you ask me, like what is my USP? I would say that I am a person who adapts immediately according to my participants. Okay, so whoever the participant is, I won't say that like no, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I am. I'm not. I know like I'm just going to deliver whatever I have prepared. Okay, I never do that. My USP is I will be always having like plan A, B, C. Okay, there are 26 alphabets in the like English, isn't it? But I don't have like I won't have 26 plans. But then yes, at least 2, 3 different plans for any training for that matter. Okay, so whenever I go to my training, I obviously stick to plan A. Okay, I always try to stick to plan A. But but in case like if it is not working, okay, my audiences are not up to that, okay, or else they are not interested, they are showing some kind of like reactions which is not like uninterested or something, then of course what I do, I try to change my plan, move to plan B immediately. I quickly like try to change myself. I tune myself according to my participants. I won't be like very straight, and I would say that like no, this is what you are supposed to listen to me. Okay, I never have like such fixed plan. So that is my USP. So being a trainer, that is my USP. Okay, so if anybody asks me why should I hire you being a trainer, then I would say this: I change according to my participants on the spot immediately. Right? Okay. So like this, you have to find your USP. So what is your USP? What is your that unique skill or quality which you have got? So which separates you from the crowd. Done. And just don't say only that. Try to like give some examples too. As I said, like my USP is like I adapt myself according to my participants immediately, right? And I gave some examples, right? So try to come up with the example, which explains that quality or the skill even more better, right? Okay. So that you have to find. So what is that unique selling point of yours? You have to find and come up with some good justification or example for that. When you say that, of course, like people will be convinced. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So yes, so start searching that USP from now. Okay, fine. So what are the other common questions you people have heard about? Do they give some topic and ask us to speak for limited time on the spot, like in group discussion? Yes, there are high chances, Lokeshwari, of course. So that will help people to understand how well you are using your presence of mind. Okay, so that is one thing, and also communication. Just to check on your communication, because in case if there was no group discussion, right? To check on your communication level, then they may do this in the personal interview too. There are possibilities, because not all
Ma'am,
the companies will conduct group discussion, right? Okay, yes. Sorry,
ma'am,
what was that?
what will be the most important element that an interviewer would be searching for in a candidate, ma'am?
We won't search anything as such. All we want is a good candidate. So attitude matters, of course. That is the basic, Harishankar. So like we first check on. See, being a fresher, of course, as I said, we also won't have too much of expectations from you people. Okay, so because we know you do not have experience, and whatever you people learned are theory, right? So what we see is, see, being a HR, being an interviewer, I always look for the right attitude. Okay, and of course, like some of my profiles includes, like this communication is very basic thing. So I look for the communication. So it depends on the role we decide. Okay, but certain, if you ask me, certain, like positions, they may not need, like communication at all. Okay, so in that case, I just see, like how well they are, like interested, how passionate they are, and how they are presenting themselves. Okay, and also the basic attitude, as I said, and the technical people will, like gauge them on the technical aspects. So if in case they give a pass mark, or if they clear it, then I will also clear it. If in case I'm convinced with the aspects or the parameters, whatever I said, right? So it depends on the profile what we apply. So that is also there. But basically, being a fresher, it's not only being a fresher. Any experienced people, even for that matter, attitude and behavior and how you present, that's very much important. Because as said, skills are something, like technical skills, or like work related skills are something which we can develop. I can invest in a person. I can, like hire someone. I can invest in that person and train him for, like 3 months, 4 months together, and I can make him perform. But if the basic attitude behavior is not going to be right, then of course I won't be, like hiring that person for sure, because that is something which comes from within, isn't it? Right? So I cannot literally, like sit and train and waste my time on those aspects. So yes. What are the other questions commonly people have heard? Okay, general questions. What makes you people happy? The question is that. What makes you happy? What makes you happy?
End of pandemic.
End of. Okay, fine. Done. That makes everyone happy, isn't it? So don't come up with such answers. Think about such answers. Some answer, some good answer. Like something. Like it can be even silly. Don't worry about it. But
Ma'am,
then just give a honest
ma'am,
answer. Yes.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, making others happy, ma'am.
Harishankar, such a person you are. I've never seen. Okay. Nice. Ice cream. Okay, fine. That is being too
Being
silly. You
alone,
should
man.
like
Eating, man.
Being alone.
being alone. Who's that
Yes,
loner?
ma'am.
Who's that loner?
It's me, ma'am.
Robin. Robin. Robin, something is wrong with you, I guess. Just kidding. Yes.
Listening to music.
Listening to music. Okay. Yes. Good.
Bodybuilding, ma'am.
Bodybuilding. Oh my goodness, there are a lot of bodybuilders here. Uday also had said the same thing. Playing football. Yes, that's nice. Yes, so come up with some answers, okay? Some good answers. Ice cream is being too silly, but then yes, you can add it. But then like you can look for some other good answers, like listening music, watching movies, spending time with family and friends. And Harishankar, what your answer is good, But then, like it sounds like an old uncle speaking who already lived his life for 60, 70 years. Right. Okay, so try to give answers. That is nothing wrong. I'm just kidding.
Ma'am, self-cooking, it's making happy, ma'am.
Cooking. That
Yeah.
is no word called as self-cooking. What is that self-cooking is all about?
Mm.
It's cooking. That's all.
Own food,
Right?
ma'am. Our own food.
Everyone cooks their own food, Papa. Come on. Do you do you think someone else will cook for us all the time? Okay, so see, that's what, guys. Please be very clear about the words what you guys use. Okay, there is no word called as self-cooking. Okay, cooking. I love cooking, right? Whether you feed yourself or others, it's cooking. That's all.
Okay, ma'am.
Done. Okay, fine. Good.
Traveling.
Yoga, Ramya, such a like what to say, fitness freak are you? Good to know.
Traveling.
Traveling, yes, that is one nice answer. Good. Yes, Mohan. Sorry, Mohan, I skipped your answer. I'm just kidding. Okay, yes. So anything. Okay, anything you can say. Hanging out. What is that hanging out, Kartikeyan? Don't use colloquial terms. Hanging out is a colloquial term. Yeah, spending time with friends. That is the professional way of saying it. And please, yes, as he said, ensure whatever the words you speak, people speak, are professional. There is no gonna, wanna, gotta, right? I want to go. I got to go. I got to do it. I want to do it. Right? And also no hanging out, freaking out, and all that stuff. That may sound cool, but then that's not professional. So we are not talking to a friend. We are talking with a interviewer. So please ensure you guys are not using these kind of words too. Be very careful in what kind of words you people use. So hanging out with friends, that's fine. So you can say spending time with my friends. That makes me happy. Yes, okay. So that is something which you can like think about. And then what else? Okay. So what makes you angry?
My friends.
Your friends makes you angry. I pity them.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Making fun of when they make some stupid conversation.
Okay. So you don't like in case if they do some lame kind of fun on you. Is that so?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So yes, you have to be very particular about it. So what makes you angry? It's not friends. Yes. At times, if anybody like makes some unnecessary or lame fun on me, I don't like it. That makes me angry. Okay. Good. What about others?
Ma'am, disturbing me when I am doing some work.
Okay. I thought you are going to say disturbing you when you are at home. Okay, just kidding. Okay, yes. Okay, so when someone disturbs you when you are seriously doing something, that makes you angry. Okay, good. Fine. Thinking too much and doing mistakes on something. Why you have to think too much, Uday? Don't think too much. This is not the age to think too much. Also, scold me someone when I had not made. Okay, when someone scolds you without a reason, when it is not your mistake, that makes you angry. Okay. Okay, Uday doing mistakes on something. Okay, yes. So when you plan so much, but then when you tend to make mistake, that makes you angry, isn't it? Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
So yes, so you have to like explain it clearly. Okay, so these are the things. Okay, will you be ready for working on weekends and night shifts? The next question.
We have to say
Sure, ma'am.
sadly
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
We
Sure,
have
we
to
are
say
ready, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. There's no way escape.
there is no way to escape. Yes, of course. Yes, but then you can need it badly. Karthikeyan, what? Night shifts and weekend working? Seriously?
Are we
Ma'am, with an
supposed to work?
increment in salary, ma'am.
Sorry, Robin.
With an increment in salary, it's okay, ma'am.
Oh, is that so? Okay. So demanding. Okay, fine. What, Badmaja? What you said? Sorry, I didn't get you.
Are we supposed to work?
Are you supposed to work? Oh, okay, okay. So if not, you are not getting the offer. Then what would you say? Guys, see, like none of the companies are literally going to make you people work like that. Don't worry. But then just to check on your interest level, they will ask such things. Okay, working on a holiday, working on a weekend, and like during night shifts and all that stuff, just to check on your interest. But they are not literally going to do it. Uh, as the fresher, first of all, I should accept all the conditions that the company gives. Then after experiencing, you can share with. Okay, yes. So, see, it's not about being fresher or not about being experienced. Anybody for that matter. If in case you are not comfortable, you can say no. But then just to check on your interest, they will ask such questions. Okay. So be open enough, and also it is a must, guys. Like just keep this in mind. Not all the time they may ask you people to do this kind of job, but when the work demands, then of course we are supposed to extend our timing. Okay. So it is very common. Okay, even we do. Okay, so even I do, right? If in case I have to extend my timing, or else if in case I have to work on a weekend, I have to work at not all the time. Once in a while, it may happen, and you should be ready enough. Just to check on your flexibility, they will ask such questions and be open enough about it. You literally cannot say no, right? Okay, so just say that yes, if the work demands, I'm ready to extend my working, right? So that would be the best answer you can give. Okay, fine. So the next question, how about relocation? Are you people willing for relocation?
Depends upon the importance, ma'am.
Depends upon the one second, sorry. Who was
Depends,
that?
Padmaja, ma'am. Depends upon the importance of the work. Are we
So,
too really interested?
yeah, fine. How about others? Relocation? Guys, posting is in Bangalore. How many of you would like to go? I know so many will be ready,
Bangalore
isn't
is a
it?
good place, ma'am. I'll go, ma'am.
Let's see. Okay. What if it is in Delhi?
Definite no, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Why no?
Very polluted.
Oh my goodness, you are concerned about pollution. Okay. But do you guys know that, like Delhi have got better opportunities than Bangalore?
I will go, ma'am. If Delhi, I will go, ma'am. Definitely.
Harishankar is ready. Good. Yes. So, see, whether you are willing to go or not go, that's absolutely secondary. Again, just to check your willingness, people will ask this kind of questions. But you should, like, just go ahead and say no, yes. Maybe in case, okay, in case in future, if they are asking you to do it, then you can take a call. Okay, of course, like, and there will be a lot of other factors also, isn't it? Right? So we may have our own
Kavita?
personal reasons for not, like, traveling or willing to relocate. So that's absolutely secondary. But then just say yes. Why to like miss an offer by saying no? Right? So just like go ahead and say yes. That's all. Later part we will think later. Done. Once you get it, and if in case you are really wanted to, you have to like do it. Then let's think about it. Okay. Fine. Okay. So that is another question. Okay, so what do you know about our organization? Of course, we discussed on it, isn't it? So I already told you people, what and all you are supposed to source about or know about the company, so you can, like, like give that answer. Okay, right. And the next is okay. What is your greatest fear? What is your greatest fear?
Alone,
Yes. Who's that? Hello,
living alone.
Mohan, is it? Okay,
Yes,
Mohan.
ma'am.
Yes, living alone is greatest fear for Mohan. Okay. Shweta, when you make a mistake, okay, kind of okay. Any other answers? Losing people, okay, yeah, that is one thing. Yes, you can say losing your loved ones.
Being ignored, ma'am. Being ignored by somebody.
Okay, ignored by somebody. Robin, what you're up to? Fear of doing mistakes and fear of scolding. Okay, getting scolded for like the mistakes. Robin, what is that? Being ignored by someone? I don't think it is right. Okay, anyway, just kidding again. Yes, ignorance. Ignorance is one of the fear. Okay, fine. Getting hated by the person I love the most. Harish Kumar, see, all the guys are only giving such kind of answers, isn't it? These all guys are up to something. Fine. Anyway, yes, like losing people, that's all fine. Any other? Fear of making mistakes is fine. Say, try to bring in something professional, something related to our work. Is it possible? Making
Losing
mistakes,
job, ma'am.
Vasim, before even you get a job, you want to, like think about it. Please, no, not at all.
Okay.
Don't say this as an answer. Fear of how to ask that when this will end. That's nice. So Kartikeyan is literally waiting for me to wrap up the session. Is it? I can understand. Sitting together, like sitting for a 2 hours session is pain. I know that. But then no other go. It's your fate today. Don't worry, another 30 minutes. It will, like go up like 30 seconds. I hope so. Fingers crossed. Okay, fine. So come up with something, which is related to a profession or something, okay, which is professional. Uh, this is fine. These, like making mistake is something, like we can accept. We can say that, like
I'm not able to meet the deadline or
yeah,
something like that.
something like that. Not able to, like complete the work on time. Okay. You can include your personal fears too, but then like it will be good if in case you can take it up on a professional note. Yeah, not being punctual or not able to complete the work on time or making mistakes in the
Fear
work.
of not being oneself.
Fear of not being oneself. Where you guys are learning all these answers?
I kind of have it sometimes, ma'am.
Okay, you mean to say like not being present. Is that so?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, so like you might be like your mind might be like wandering somewhere else. Okay, so whatever you guys are picking up, try to connect it with the professional thing. So if in case if I have to take up Batmaja's answer, okay, so I would say I would put it across in such a way that yes, a fear of like not being present. At times my mind wanders and I may lose information. Okay, I may lose some important like task. So I may skip to like do some of my work. So that is my fear. Okay, so I always wanted to be like present and concentrate more, focus, and I'm working on it. Done. So this could be the answer. So whatever the things you are coming up with, try to connect it with a professional note. Fine. So that gives a better, like what to say, impression. I can say. Okay. So yes. Oh, so find out anything is fine, but then as I said, try to connect it with a professional note. That is good. Not good. Okay. So the next question, quickly. Okay. How do friends define you? I have to ask any of your friends about you. How do they define you? No answers? Good decision maker, speaker.
Ma'am, jovial, ma'am.
Okay, Robin, good. Lokeshwari, that is also good. A good communicator, maybe, and a decision maker, right? Nice. Okay. Any other answers? If people do not know how your friends define you, okay, maybe the next question, what motivates you? Hard work, okay.
Appreciations, ma'am.
Okay, Robin. Yes, appreciations. Good. Hard work, who's saying just half an hour. That's great, Karthikeyan. Good kidding and not worrying. Uday Kumar, what is that answer is for? For previous question, is it?
Ma'am, believing.
Sorry, Karthik?
Believe, ma'am.
Believe.
Hmm.
What do you mean by believe?
Believe means it's
I mean, how
trusting
you
something.
disconnected? Okay,
Ma'am?
if someone trusts you, that motivates you. Is it so? Is that what you are trying to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then it is not belief, that's trust.
Yeah, ma'am.
Isn't it? Yes. So someone trusts me and like
Trust me.
someone gives me work that motivates me. Or
Yes,
else
ma'am.
if someone trusts me and confides in me something, then of course that motivates me. Okay, good. Yeah. Fine.
Ma'am, frankly saying money motivates me.
Frankly saying money motivates you. Okay, Wasim. Yes, that is like a nice answer, but then you cannot be so straight. Okay. You can think of something else. You can make that as a point too, but it's a secondary point, not as the main point. Okay.
Listening
Any
to stories, ma'am.
Okay,
Listening
so
to good stories.
success stories, you mean to say, isn't it, Batmanja?
Yes, ma'am.
Ambitions, ma'am.
Ambition. What? Okay,
In
Robin.
from childhood,
You
there will be ambition, no, ma'am. It will motivate us always in our mind, continuously, to
okay?
aim,
Your own
catch
goals.
it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So your own goals will like motivate you. Listening to successful people, stories will motivate. Okay, good. Nice answers. Done. Anybody else? Any other answers? Okay. How do you people respond to change? How do you respond to change? Any change for that matter.
What kind of change?
Any change. Change in the sense not. Okay, let me be very clear. There will be a lot of changes happening. So change is the constant thing which we would have heard, isn't it? Right? So any change may come. As I said, there will be a change of job role, or there will be a change of location or team with which we are working. So any change for that matter. So how do you usually adapt or react to it?
Ma'am, if it's a promotion, it's okay.
You guys are all money minded and promotion. They all are speaking only that package, huh? Nobody wants to like learn anything, isn't it? See, being like a career oriented, get a promotion, earning too much of package, everything is fine. But then, I'm so sorry to say this, guys. Until and unless you are ready to like sacrifice certain things, develop your skills, then of course these things are not going to happen. Okay, so please, like being a fresher, I would say only one thing: invest your 2 to 3 years, first 2 to 3 years, without expecting anything. Okay, so you cannot expect, like I mean, I'm not saying you are not supposed to expect. You can have expectations, but then the first 2 to 3 years are going to be tough for anyone. Okay, it's not only a like person from arts background, anybody for that matter, in the first 2 to 3 years, you cannot expect any luxury. You cannot expect any kind of like benefits as such, or great promotions or package or something. I don't expect it at all. The first thing should be like how much time you are going to invest and how well you are going to learn the trade. So learn the trade, excel in it. Then you talk about the package and the promotions. Okay? Until and unless you are not excelling in any trade, you cannot speak. You don't have right to speak. I'm so sorry to say this, but that is the fact. Okay? Without anything, how come you can expect something from the company? Do you think like they will be ready to pay you when you do not possess any of the qualities or the skills? Seriously? So please come out of this mindset. I am like forced to make this comment because I'm wondering like how you people are replying. I'm repeatedly like listening to this. If the promotion is good, I'm ready to relocate. I love money. Everything is fine, absolutely fine. There is nothing wrong. Being a human, of course, everyone have got that kind of like interest, and of course that's why we want have to work, and that's why we want to like But then having this kind of attitude, being a fresher, is not right. Okay, so you should learn the trade, master the skill, master the trade, then you demand. Until and unless you are not mastering the trade, you cannot speak at all. You don't have any right to speak. That's what I would say. Got it? So invest in the first 2 to 3 years of time. Don't expect anything. Just learn the skill. Whichever position you are going to take it up, try to master the trade, master the skill. After 3 years you speak, everyone will listen. After that you demand, people will give you. So, but before even doing any of these things, if you are going to be very demanding, we cannot be successful. Okay, so come out of this mindset, please. So yes, I asked the questions of how do you respond to change. So that is one of the questions you may like expect. So what you guys are going to reply? If in case you do not have any answers, just say that yes, I am very much flexible, and any kind of changes, whether it is positive or negative, I'm ready to take it up and see how it goes. Okay, and even if something is not working out, it's absolutely fine. I would have learned something from the experience. Yes, you have to adapt. Exactly. Whatever the change comes my way, I'm ready to accept it. I'm very flexible. Okay, so that should be the kind of answer you can give. Done. Okay, the next is how do you handle pressure, or how good are you in handling pressure? Any answers? How good are you in handling pressure?
I just stay focused, calm, and composed.
Okay, good.
I'll be in the present, not worrying too much. I'll just focus on the thing.
Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that is one way of answering. Yes, I stay calm and composed. I
Yes.
won't let my emotions overpower me. I try to handle the situation. Okay, good. Yes, that's how you can, like say that, say the, like give a reply. So you guys can say that, like I try to stay calm, or else I try to, like analyze the situation and then respond. Okay. If even if it is too much at time, like I try to hold on, I won't give up. Okay. sometimes it may be frustrating, but then I will never give up. I will try to like sustain, survive. So any of these answers you people can give. Okay, staying calm and collected will be my way of handling the pressure. Good, Mohan. Yes. So these are the answers you can give. Okay. So and guys, like all these answers are like from my end. I'm just giving you as suggestion. Okay. So if in case you guys have any better answers, you guys can go ahead with that also. Done. So don't think this is the right answer. These are my suggestions. This is how you can handle that particular question. Okay. Okay. Are you open for taking risk and experimenting? Are you open for taking risks and experimenting?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Always. Yes, ma'am.
okay, fine. Yes. Okay. So you can say, see, and don't give like a simple answer like yes or no. No single worded answers. Try to like give uh like a like at least one or two lines of answers. Done. So yes, if in case like someone asked me this question, I would say I would risk, but then I always want to take a calculated risk. Okay, I'm not open for like any kind of risk. Done. So that would be my answer. Okay, and experimenting, yes, I'm ready to experiment. At times I may not, because if in case I do not have much of time to like complete a task or a work, then that time I won't experiment. I always go with the traditional way of working, or else the actual way of working. Okay, so this would be my answer if you ask me this question. So like this, you people can also give some answers. So this is also one of the answers. I am ready to take risk, but I always take calculated risk. I can experiment, but if time allows or time permits, isn't it? Because not all the time we will have like the liberty to experiment, right or not? Okay, so these kind of like answers also you can give. So it's not necessary that you have to literally accept for it. Yeah. So yes, that is also one of the. Okay, so if you have to like rate yourself as a leader on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being least and 10 being highest, where would you stand?
What's the question? I didn't know.
The question is, if you have to rate your leadership skill, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being least and 10 being the highest, where do you stand? Logeshwari, highest is not the answer. You have to give a number.
7.
Okay, 7. Fine. Okay, the next question. What makes a great leader?
He must be an example for the ones who are working under him.
Being an example for others. Okay, good.
Yes.
Working
Leading a
together.
team.
Working
Leading
together,
a team.
leading a team. Okay. Yes, these are all right answers. Like working
He,
along with the team, considering everyone in the team, right?
he must take responsible for the mistakes also.
Yes, correct.
He just shouldn't blame on the teammates.
Okay, okay. So who's ready to like face the criticisms, but
Yes.
appreciate it.
Being a friend and a judge.
Okay, good. So who should
We
like?
have to face the risk. Uh, we have to face the risk.
Okay, taking risk. Okay, being perfect. Okay, but is it possible to be perfect, Shweta? Okay, so now maybe like since this came up, I just would like to ask another question to you people. What would you prefer, getting the job done or being perfect?
First, getting the job done, ma'am.
Getting a job done.
But in a perfect way, ma'am. We'll just try to make it
Yeah,
more perfect in a
good,
quick time.
good. So yes, you can say that like getting the job done is very much important than being perfect at times. But then we always strive hard to complete the work perfectly. Okay, get the job done perfectly. You can say it like that. Okay, but at times like we have to give up on the perfection, as I said, because sometimes the situation or the resources or the time may not be available for us, right? So in that cases, yes, getting the job done should be the priority. Okay. Yes, always have an open opinion. That is for the leadership question, I guess, isn't it? Yes. So yes, so like these things you people can answer. Okay. So and I have suggested few answers too. Okay, what is the one important quality for being a team player, according to you?
Backing up other teammates, man.
Super. Okay.
Having an understanding, ma'am.
Okay. Good.
Being a moral support.
Okay. Unity. Unity is not the right answer. One quality for being a good team player. Whatever you people supporting team members, yes, accepted. So all the other answers are all accepted. Right. Good. Okay. So these are like certain questions which you can like expect and motivate others. Okay. Good. Yes. So these questions you can like ask, expect from HRs. But as he said, there is nothing like written. Okay, if you ask me personally, from my experience, I never had any questions like written or prepared before an interview. Usually, what I do is like I make people talk and I take like I take questions from whatever they speak. Okay, so you have to be very careful with people like me then. Right? Okay, because I said I will never have an agenda. What I always do is I make people to speak. Okay, I just ask them to like describe like about their life, or tell about their resume, or just tell about themselves, or something, some random questions, whatever comes to my mind. On the spot I will like ask people and make them speak. And once they start speaking, of course like I will start to like pick up questions from whatever they spoke. Okay, so be careful with people like me. So this is why I say, like you have to be very careful in whatever you are speaking in the interviews. And please, like don't give one word answers, as I already said, yes or no. Try to give some explanation to it. And also don't talk too much also. Okay, few tips here now to, like handle the interview. Don't talk too much. Don't give very lengthy answers. Speak what is necessary. Okay, just stick to it. And also be sure of the words, whatever you guys are using. As I already said, certain words which you people are using is not in the terms, I mean English professional way of speaking. Okay, so you have to be very careful in those things. Okay, so don't use any words which you are not confident enough. Okay, so if in case you have a doubt, please skip the word. Try to like use some other word which you know very well. Okay, so that is second. And also being punctual, of course. Being punctual in the sense, it's not that like you have to be too early. 10 minutes before any meeting or any interview is good. Okay, don't like reach the place half an hour before and all. That's actually not necessary. Then, and being too late, of course, being late is, we can't afford to be late, isn't it? So try to be punctual. 10 minutes before any interview is well and good. And then yes, groom yourself better, present yourself better, show your confidence in your body language, on your face when you speak. Done. Don't show your neighbor nervousness. Okay, and then yes, sit properly so that those things come to the body language. Okay, and look at the interviewer and speak. And if there are going to be 2-3 people in the panel, though the question comes from one person, your answer should be like to all the 3 people, right? One person at a time only they will ask questions, isn't it? But then you have to look at all the people, make an eye contact with all the 3 or 4 people, and then you have to respond. So ensure you are doing it. Okay, and then what else? And like in case if you do not know an answer, as said, like admit it. Say that you do not know the answer, but you would like go through the answer, or else you would like to learn about it. Okay, and you will surely do it. Okay, and in case if you have like said a wrong answer, but then after saying the answer you realize that that is not the right thing, you very well can correct it. Don't stop it. Okay, if you have realized the answer what you have given is not right, then please like ask them, I know that like I have given a wrong answer, I just would like to correct it. Okay, I know I have not given the actual answer, could you please give me another opportunity to correct it? You can ask the interviewer very well. Then for sure they will give you the opportunity. So correct it and tell. Okay. And also there is no in case if you want to recollect some answers, please ask for permission, think about it, and then answer. There is nothing wrong. So don't think that like they won't give you time and all. So whenever they are asking a question, but you want to recollect the information, think about it, but communicate it. Okay, just don't keep quiet and keep thinking about it. Just communicate that I know the answer, but I want to recollect it. Could you please give me a couple of minutes to think? Okay, inform. Communication is the key. So you have to only communicate properly. So if you are communicating everything properly, then half of your interview is success. Done. Okay, so communicate it, then think about the answer, and you can give your answer. Okay, so these are the things, and also practice your questions. So I have given few points, few questions from my end, and you can also practice your technical questions also like that. Okay, so practice your questions, practice your answers. Questions in the sense your answers. Okay, so what are all the possible questions will be asked? So write it down. Don't keep thinking about it. Trust me, even if I give an interview, even after 13 years of experience, even now, I would, think about all the possible questions which may be asked to me. I will write it down. Writing it down will help you people to practice it even more better and keep things in mind for a longer time. This is something, a tip. Okay, so please write it down and try to remember the question. So put it in a logical order. Okay, and there is a technique called the star technique. Yeah, I can. Okay, so guys, sorry, I got disconnected in between. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, okay, fine. So there is a technique called a STAR technique, STAR. Okay, so that is called a situation, task, action, and result. So in case if you want to give any of your answers in this method, okay, so say for example, in case if you are going to explain about your project, okay, the situation is then it is about what kind of project it is. That is the situation here. Okay, so what project is all about. This then next is task. So task is so what kind of actions you have planned for. Okay, what is your planning for completing that project, you can discuss about it. Next is action, so how you implemented it in reality. Okay, speak about it. And then result, so what was the output of it. Done. So this is a technique which you can actually use to structure your answers in the interview. Done. So you can use this technique, it will be helpful. So any answers you want to give, you can structure it with using this STAR technique. Okay, so these are the things I just thought I can share. Anyway, we are also going to finish in another 2-3 minutes. That's all from my end, guys. So if you guys have anything, you can ask me. Any question and answers? Any questions, guys?
No, ma'am, they are cleared.
Okay, so whether it was useful or not, at least you can give me that feedback. Useful. Thank you, Logeshwari, for the feedback. Interactive and informative. Thank you. Useful. Yes. Thanks. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Very informative, interactive, and very interesting session. Thanks a lot, Geeta. Ishan, thank you. Knowledgeable, yes. Good to know you guys learned something. Okay, so yes. In case of any doubts, also, you can reach out to me. You can write it to me. The email ID is there with your, like staff. Okay, so anything you guys can let me know. See, guys, only one thing is, like just take it cool. Okay, just relaxed. There is nothing to, like worry so much. As said, we also know what we have to expect from a fresher. So we will expect only that much from you people. Okay, so it's not that you have to be a super duper person or be a superwoman, Wonder Woman, or Superman, and all that stuff. Okay, so just take it very relaxed and cool. Face it with confidence. That's it. Only thing is, if you are prepared, you will be confident. That's all. The key is that, right? If you're if you want to be confident, so where does the confidence comes from? When we know everything, we are confident, isn't it? Simple. So whatever the task you have to do it. If you know that, you will be confident. So that is what the thing. So but just take it relaxed. Don't stress yourself and all. Okay. But then first 2 to 3 years, as said, please try to learn the trade. All the other demands can come after that. Minimum 3 years, guys. Okay. Invest. Nothing wrong. Isn't it? Okay, fine. Anyway, even I had a very great session with you guys, so I don't want to like drag after 7. Already someone was waiting, isn't it? To wrap up the session. And so like go ahead and enjoy your evening. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you all. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, ma'am.
And all the very best too.
Thank you very much, madam, for the wonderful and most important session for our students. I hope the session will definitely enrich our students and all the participants. Now I request Ms. Sheba, Assistant Professor, Department of Information System Management, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you. The best and beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt by heart. Thank you is one such prayer among them. Let me first thank Almighty God for making all the 3 days workshop a resounding success. I consider it a great privilege to propose the vote of thanks to all the dignitaries who have witnessed it as a memorable and successful event. Today, my words are not enough to express the gratitude on behalf of our college. I sincerely thank our General Secretary and Correspondent. I thank our well-wisher Dr. Raghunathan, our Principal Sir, for his continuous support. I thank our Vice Principal Dr. Rajeshri Madam for the unstinted support for this function. And I thank our Dean IT, Ms. Nirmala Madam, for our encouragement word. I thank our special speaker, Ms. H. Krishnaveni, soft skill trainer, cognizant technology solution, for her wonderful speech and for her interactive section, and which made our students really active, and they were able to come out with their own words. And thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your provoking updates relating to the placement for all our students. I hope it will it will be helpful for our students. Our sincere thanks to all technical supporters for the smooth functioning of the workshop. My heartfelt thanks goes to all our students who always stands by us. Feel proud and thank you for making us feel happy with your presence to this online workshop. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling in advance. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated faculties and students committee as volunteers. I thank everyone for the involvement they have shown and the willingness they have expressed to take on the completion of tasks beyond the comfort zone. Once again, thank you all who made this session a great success. Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you, ma'am.
I want to thank the institution as well as the staff members too. I'm not sure whether you people were present or not, but then if you were
Lately
present,
we were listening only, ma'am.
if you were present, I really appreciate your patience.
Really, we were listening, and it was really a wonderful session.
Wonderful session.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yes.
Thank you so much,
The
ma'am.
participants kindly fill the feedback form that is posted in your chat box.
Shall I leave the call? Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Yes,
Sure.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Students, you can leave fast, ma'am. Students.
Lakshmi ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Recording is going on, ma'am.
Lakshmi ma'am.
Ma'am, சொல்லுங்க ma'am.
Post the feedback in the
Ma'am,
Feedback கொடுத்தாச்சு ma'am.
Post the feedback link in the YouTube.
Posted ma'am already. Ma'am, posted.
கேக்கல. Yes ma'am.
Posted ma'am.
Posted it seems, ma'am. Posted.
You post பண்ணிட்டாங்கன்னா students